Hey guys, welcome to Intractable Daily. The topic today of adhesive arachnoiditis. So, I mean, it doesn't have to be because of adhesive arachnoiditis, but I'm guessing, listen, this happened to me, and this is a very painful thing to happen. I can't begin to tell you how painful this is. You can see my constant shifting and everything, right? Dies down as pain medication wears, starts kicking in and stuff, but it's because I'm sitting in a chair. I mean, I'm always like that, but when I wasn't so well, in the beginning of my journey, I had so many diseases happening at once, pain diseases and an injury on my body. And I was at a point where I couldn't even eat because I had several colic disorders that they're very hard to figure out, but I did. Anyway, like many of you, I was stuck on a couch and or in a bed. My feet sweat a lot, because when you're in a lot of pain, right? I don't know why it happened. My toenails, okay? So like my big toe on my left and right, just the first two toes, the two biggest toes, the two biggest longest ones. It's really the big one that's the issue. And I can only guess why this happened to me. So what am I talking about? I'm talking about, and I don't even know if I know the particular name. It's just they grow back in like would you call it an ingrown toenail, but it's worse. So what happens when I don't know, I guess when it starts pushing into a certain area and it goes ingrown, eventually it starts going back and it can fold on other parts of the nail, and that's just how mine grows. And no matter the upkeep that I do to it, it always goes back in that direction. I even use a Dremel, okay? I have a Dremel that I if I ever want to use for whatever. I was using it for wood carving and stuff like that. Like you can use a sander on it. And I also have a pedicure, like a little mini sander thing for my toenails to smooth them out. But no matter what you do, they always grow inward. My best guess is, so for me, it may not be for you, I was stuck on a couch with my legs up like this for years. I was couch and or bed. I would say of the total time I spent, 7 years on a couch and 2 years in a bed. On and off for the bed. But what happens, when you put your feet up like that and they're constantly up like that, because my legs hurt so much, I couldn't stretch my legs out. It just felt like, excuse me, it just felt like they're being ripped open, right? You know that feeling. That feeling like someone take a butter knife on the back of your legs, just split it right open, that easy. So I'm going to give a kind of instructional in this. I got the idea to do this video. So if that's you, if you've been up on a couch like that for so long, and your nails have grown inward, I'm telling you, that's, you want to know how painful that is? That is the torture treatment that they use on people, right? They take things and they'll put like they'll pull your fingernails. That's what this is like, and it can be even worse at points. You know what it's like to walk around in your shoes to have like both that sticking right in. I mean, there's nothing worse than sticking right into very sensitive spots, and you know, it's the whole nail. Anyways, it gets real bad. But not only that, but you can have also a callus that builds up from not being able to take care of your feet properly. Not that everyone takes care of their feet in certain ways, except for cutting their nails. But also I do a lot of walking, okay, and a lot of biking, but it calluses on the like tough skin that builds up on the bottom. So, just give me a sec. Now, what I was gonna do, sorry, I got the idea to do this video. I have a lot of different wires with doing these videos, and they're quite annoying. Some are really long. My rabbit bit my other one, so I had to order this. It's like a cable. I got the idea to do this because I've learned the art to do like a pedicure for people. The hardest part of a pedicure that you'll ever do, I promise you, is getting nails that are embedded in there. You have a certain technique you need to do. You have a certain tool that you're going to need to have. You're going to have a very steady hand. But trust me, eventually you can get it, and I want to tell you how to do it. I was stuck in such a horrible spot in my life where I would go to the hospital for help. This was years ago. Well, actually, last time I ever heard something like this was 2018. I was in the hospital, and I was looking for help for some, I don't know what reason, but it had to do with adhesive arachnoiditis. And the woman said, can I, take your shoes and socks off? Because she was looking for foot drop. And she said, listen, you need a lot of rehabilitation. And at that point, I realized I had to do something about my nails, my feet. And I did. And I went to a podiatrist. And he did stuff, and I went there every 4 months or something like that. I didn't want to go there every 4 months and pay $50 or $60 now to have that done. I just watching him, I'm like, I feel like I could do it. And they have proper things that you can use. I'm going to show you some pictures, not mine. But I believe when this grows back, so that'll be a number of months from now, I'm going to put a camera above. I'm going to show you how to do it. It really is intricate. It isn't easy. You'd have to do it at least 10 times. But if you hear how to do it properly, then you'll know how to do it. Face it. People with AA have to have some pretty harsh realities. And I tell you, this made me so uncomfortable. And, when you're overwhelmed by 12 separate pain disorders, you can't even get to the hospital. Okay? That was my life. And I had to take care of each thing individually. I'm just going to show you a tool first that I use. And I tell you got to be careful. You have to learn this because they're really sharp. And I recommend getting the same. They're not expensive. So this is a podiatrist tool for cutting. See this right here? Very sharp. And when you're done it, wash it. Do what you have to do. It's really sharp, as you can see. Okay? You can even see the brand there. Wand mat. Just wand mat podiatrist tool. You've seen this if you need this, right? Right. It feels so good to have a nail. It's not only taking a nail out, okay? It's not just taking out a nail. It's getting the edges. Sometimes you have like a line you have to pull right around the edge because it's stuck in. It's it almost seems separate from the nail, something else. It's like a thread that goes all around the edges, and when you get that out, it's like you're loose. It's like So there's that, and I just want to show you this. For the bottom, for calluses, this works great. And never, I'm going to tell you how to do it just in a sec. I'm going to show you some nails though too, not mine. This guy, never take pieces off the bottom, you know, if they look ripe, you know, like if they hurt your feet, don't do it. But keep pushing until it doesn't hurt. Because that callus, I'm still able to get it off when it hurts by going around the edges of it and then eventually going into it. You're going to have to experiment. This is, it's like a different kind of nail clipper, right? It's, see how sharp those edges are? See the silver there? You can look at the brand. Velcomen. So again, very good quality stuff, and it's not that expensive. You know, it could be $20, $30. It could be upwards of $35 for each, but it's better than paying over the long run a lot of money. So now about doing it. Okay, so here's one nail. No, mine hasn't done this. This is like gone in. This person that should have done something a lot sooner. That's a toe. Okay, it is a toenail. That's a big toe. So I don't know. I would cut all here first. And one thing so when I started first doing this, and I was like you can start putting that blade underneath the nail, right? And as you're going underneath it, I'm telling you, don't move fast. Go very slow, and if it allows you to go under, just stay there. Push it a little bit more, okay, with the point of the blade. But if it doesn't want to, don't. Here's the key to it all. Take off small pieces. Small pieces at a time. But sometimes you can get big ones. So like I said, with this one, I would start cutting right here. I don't know. I haven't dealt with this. I would find a way to get that out. But anyway, let's look at some others here. So the way I'm looking at is growing upwards here. You see that? Growing into it. And on the sides, like into it. And so, like, let's take a look at some nails. Mine are different and worse than what I see here. I mean, it doesn't look too bad. It's just that it ripples backwards. Like, I'm not seeing ones grown right into. So let's just say this, right? I would probably maybe take the sharpness of that the first tool I showed you. Okay, not the ones for the underneath, but for the actual. I would see where there was a big space. You let the nail grow out first, okay? Don't do it when it's, well, it's not going to make sense when it's real short. You have to wait till it's like pressing against it and grown enough. You can see there's space enough here. I would start sticking it in here and try to get it under there. Or you could start from this side and just stick it in a bit. And the goal is to put it in, okay, and see how much play it is. Never push it in fast. Push it in as much as you can, as much as it'll let you. And then just ever so slowly grab it and then clip. And then keep working on it. And that's what you do. You see, here's the issue. If it starts pressing too hard, in 2017, I did a marathon walking. I walked all the way from Ottawa to Kingston. It was just willpower with AA. I did that, and I messed up my nails even more. And I did it without having these cut first, like crazy. So it's like, you know, when see how it bends down and goes inward? it just keeps growing inward. It's just sick. Like it'll go right under the skin. What happened to me was I got infections on both big toes. Then eventually my whole legs went into cellulitis. I know this video is going to mean something to somebody. If you've had infections, all that type of stuff, it's worth, like I'm able to do my own, I can sit down and put my leg up. If you can put your leg up, and then I just have it like that, but I can do it when I'm stand up and bend over too, but it is tough for the lower back and the back of the legs. But I'm in a lot better shape in my cardiovascular, my legs, muscles from biking. So you want to take that pressure off. You relieve that pressure. You won't get infections. So I'll just finish off by saying this, except for saying take little bits off at a time, or you're going to find your feet are going to start to bleed, and you don't want that. You don't want that. I did that to myself at the beginning, just hoping to get it done, which isn't abnormal, by the way, at a podiatrist, because my feet did bleed when he was doing it. So I know what it's like to walk around like with the feeling both from my nails folding back on one another. It's like a wave. Okay, that's what the nail looks like. And what I use is a Dremel, just a sander. You can buy something on Amazon. They're not that expensive, much cheaper than a Dremel. You just buy a Pedicure, look for the RPM, whatever they're called. I don't know what they're called. And there's nothing worse for your foot than walking around. Like, this is your need to walk around, right? Feel comfortable. I remember the first time I had, and now I can do like I just did. I did today, and that's why I'm making this video. I did my nails. Probably takes me about 10 minutes to do. You gotta be very steady and careful. I know I'm making it sound hard, but what I'm saying is it will take you practice, but you can do it. It'll save you a doctor visit and money. And you'll have just steady hands like a podiatrist. But to walk around with the feeling that you have a rock in your shoe is the most horrible feeling. And both top and bottom. And when it's done, you feel like heaven, man. You feel like you got room in your shoe. So there it is. I'm not endorsed by anything, by anybody, by any company, by nothing. What I mean is by when I show those tools. I just want to help you because I've been helped by the Most High God, the only God. And since I moved out on my own, I've done very intricate stuff. I've learned a lot of different things. Working with my hands and such. But anyway, not without the help of God, that's for sure. So I hope you guys enjoyed that, and I hope it helps you. Foot pain sucks when you have an ingrown toenail, especially if your nose. Listen, I know there are probably someone will listen to this at some point, and they will have been, legs up on their couch, or for me it was on my bed. I couldn't even put my legs out without a shot of Toradol, and that Toradol didn't last very long, and I only had it 3 times a day. At that point, anyways, I'm not on Toradol anymore. So, God bless, guys. I hope this helps.